it's not the best time for the LA Chargers as they ended up
Make you
taking a
change his
loss
background before
against
we
the
get
Houston
started.
Texans. The Houston Texans took care of home field advantage by defeating the LA Chargers 32-12. Did this win restore your confidence in CJ Stroud as a star in this league? Shelton.
Dang, it's so tough.
Do you have a cape on? Is that a cape or is it a scarf?
It is a cape. It's a cape. I'm cold, man. I'm cold. But yes, it did, Ken. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, man.
It's a cape.
CJ Stroud has won more playoff games than Justin Herbert has in a much less amount of time. CJ Stroud has won just as many playoff games as Dak Prescott, Lou. So,
oh god,
in saying that, for a young man in the second year in the league to come out and perform the way they did when a lot of people felt like their backs was against the wall, he deserves his credit for that. Now it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough next week, as we already know. But for now, he did what he was supposed to do. The name of the game is handling the business you're supposed to handle. Win the games you're supposed to win, and he did that. And going forward, I think you'll see a better result from him. They look like they got some momentum. It's going to be tough hitting that Chiefs wall, but I expect them to play well in this game, if nothing else.
Based off what have you seen all season from CJ Stroud that makes you think that he's going to play well in this game against the Chiefs?
I've seen him be unsteady, but the fact of the matter remains, they won the division. Even though a lot of people can say he backed into it, but he won it regardless. No matter how you shape
division in football. The worst division in football, by the way.
Second worst.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
NFC North,
South.
Yeah, South is the worst. But the fact that he's in there and made it and won his first round game, that speaks volumes, man. And that does a lot for a young man's confidence at this level. All it is one game. You just got to win the next game in front of you and come out and do your job. Don't lose the game. That's the biggest thing. Make sure you don't turn the ball over like Herbert. What his name did? Herbert. I couldn't even think his name. He played so bad. Don't turn the ball over. Keep your offense on the field. Keep your defense out of harm's way, and win the games you can win. And that's what he did.
He did neither of those things in that for a majority of those games. What you just said,
man, he wasn't that bad. That pick. Well, let me think about that pick.
No, that second pick. I think he had two picks, or one of them. He just threw it up, and the defender he looked like he was the receiver, and he made a sideline catch.
Yeah. CJ has had somewhat of a sophomore slump. That second half was better than the first half. But how I view them is the way I viewed them throughout the regular season, right? Like CJ has taken his regress just a little bit, sophomore slump, but he's been good enough to Shelton's point to win the division. In terms of Justin Herbert, we knew that he had the talent. The issue was clock management and situational football from the coaching staff. Obviously, that has gotten better. They've gotten to the playoffs. But realistically, with the Chargers, when I watched them all year, including this game, they're just devoid of outside weapons. Like they're not explosive enough. And here's the thing, right? Like, first and foremost, we know Greg Roman offenses are not necessarily explosive. They're not vertical down the field, 30, 40-yard gains. We know that. And I'm not saying that they got to go get a home run hitter like that because they're not going to utilize him like that. But Ladd McConkey he's a baller, right? Like he is legit. He was deserving of where they drafted him. But outside of that, like, who do they really have? Like they were a playoff team because they have really good talent on the defensive side, and situationally they were way better. But Herbert, to take those progression steps, right? Like, he needs more weapons. When he did have Keenan Allen, even though he wasn't healthy, you know what I'm saying? Didn't he throw for close to 5,000 yards? You know what I'm saying? So we know he has the talent. It just hasn't been able to be consistently unlocked. Obviously, the head coach and the staff is there. So I like Herbert. I don't love Herbert. You could win with Herbert, right? So it's going to come down to the draft and free agency. I still view Herbert the same. Can you win with Herbert? Yes. Can you win with CJ Stroud? Hell yes. But Stroud just need more, more mango seasons, man. Like he nice, but he just had a sophomore slump. We'll see how he moves on from that.
For me, confidence in Stroud, it's hard to. I get somewhat what Sheldon is saying. Like Stroud is so early in his career, you don't really know what kind of QB he's going to be just yet. He did play a hell of a second half after laying a fucking egg that first. Like he didn't score a touchdown until the last minute of the second quarter. Like they were going to be shut out point wise, period, until he started just saying fuck it, I got to do something because they only up by 6. They're not even up by a touchdown.
Right.
And then that goes on the other side with Herbert. They were dominating that first half, and they only came away with 6 points, and they were in the red zone at least I think 2 or 3 times, and they got a fumble on the first play offensively for the Texans. So it's just kind of like, to me, this is what I've always had criticism with Herbert is like, yeah, he does all these great stats, but is he a winner? Can he win you a game, the big game? And most of these games that he's done, he's been shitball. Like he threw 3 picks. He threw 3 picks all season, and then he threw 4 in one in his first
Nick,
game.
let me ask you this.
That's crazy.
Well, hold on.
A playoff
Nick,
game.
Nick, let me ask you this, right? Like how good does Burrow would look without Jamar Chase and or T. Higgins? You know what I'm saying? Like he himself, Herbert, we know he has the talent to be a really good quarterback in this league. He don't have the help that's necessary. He don't have a guy that's equal to him on the outside or at tight end.
But my thing is, it goes to your point, bro. Like he had talent though. He had Keenan Allen. He had a young Mike Williams. He's had a loaded roster before. Granted, it was under Brandon Staley, and everybody pushed that blame on the Brandon Staley. But there were
it wasn't pushed. It was absorbed.
Again, they laid it just like how they laid the blame on Matt Eberflus for Caleb Williams' shitty year. They did a lot of that with Justin Herbert. But then it's like at this point, bro, you're already getting paid. And you know how I feel about when quarterbacks get paid, bro. There's no excuses. Like you getting paid, so that's why you're devoid of talent because they had to let everybody else go because we're trying to pay you. Yet you want to show up and throw 4 picks when we up by 2. We up by 6 points, and you can't add. That's my thing. Is like the 2 playoff games he's played, he hasn't been able to put points on the board to end the game. Like in the game again in the playoff game against the Jaguars, bro, you just needed one more score and you win the game. In this game against the Texans, bro, you probably only need 1 score in that first half to make things different. And you throw
who looks nice out there? Who's getting separation out there?
Because I know that second half Herbert was awful. I can point to him for all of that. He threw some really bad. That first half, couldn't we look at coaching for that?
No, because he overthrew. He overthrew McConkley there was a cross route that McConkley was going on. If he throws a perfect ball or a better ball, he catches that and runs into the touchdown for an end zone for a touchdown.
What about the rest of the game? Rest of the first half? The
rest of the first half, bro, it's on. I think again, they were in the red zone, so they schemed up enough to go up down the field, but they couldn't punch it into the.
But they couldn't scheme enough to score a touchdown.
Grant, again, they won 11 games, and I'm thinking he can do something in one of these games. I'm not gonna. To me, I can't say coaching because they won 6+ games than they did last year with a new head coach. So you can't tell me that the coaching let you down when he put you in this position to win.
No, what I'm asking is why didn't? Because Shelton pointed out the Chargers dominated, and you even said it earlier. The Chargers completely controlled the first half, but not enough to put points. You also said they got into the red zone. You didn't give me a clear answer, but I know the answer is no, that they didn't scheme enough plays to get them into a position to score points when the Texans were struggling. The second half is all on Herbert, and I'm not absolving him of anything. Those were awful. But that first half, they had a chance to put that game away while Stroud was struggling.
They did.
But my thing is the same thing that I was saying about Burrow is like, again, once you get paid, I don't like. It's not on me to come to give you an exact reason why they didn't score in the red zone, but you should score in the red zone.
The coach is supposed to be the reason. That's the guy that you've been praising all season.
The coach is the one. Yeah, the court. Well, we know what Greg Roman is. He ain't doing shit. But to me, you can't place this on the coach because we've seen Herbert do these with multiple coaches. So it's like who's like it gets to the point like we talk about.
Seen him do what? Seen him win.
Not make the winning plays or not doing enough to get you in a position.
He said not do it. Yeah,
exactly.
We're doing a lot. We're doing a lot just to absolve the fact that, like, bro, this is just who the Chargers have always been historically. The Chargers have always been like just cursed, bro. Like they always gonna get in their own way. We can go to the X's and O's. Greg Roman is not really a playoff coordinator. You know, it's Jim Harbaugh's first year. Herbert's kind of a loser. You know what I mean? He's a very talented loser. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, he's a really talented loser, but that didn't really Philip Rivers was a talented loser too. And he balled out for them. But it's the Chargers, dude. The Chargers don't do shit. This is just how the organization has always been. There's nothing I am proclaiming right now. There is nothing they can do. There is nobody they can add. There's no coach that they can go get. There's no QB they can go get. Nigga, that shit is over with, bro.
No, Q, you're being hyperbolic. You're being hyperbolic. Number one, hold on.
I'm being real.
No.
They had Philip Rivers, who way better than him. They had Darren Sproles, Monty Toomer. They had LaDainian Thomas.
And Peyton Manning and Tom Brady era, bro. Like there's not going to be many. That means a lot. How many rings did Tom Brady?
Big Ben won two. Big Ben won 2 rings in that era. Too.
Eli Manning.
Big Ben won. Eli won. Peyton
Manning won
Tom
2.
Brady won. Who else won? Who else?
Aaron Rodgers.
One.
Drew Brees. I'm
just get one.
One is better
one. Yeah, one.
One is better than none.
Just get one.
Here's the thing that I think that is with Herbert.
Chicago went to one.
Herbert is just as good as someone like Troy Aikman, but he needs the offensive line that Dallas had. He needs Michael Irvin. He needs Emmitt Smith. He needs all of these things to be good, to be effective. That's not taking away from his talent. It's just saying Greg Roman can't be the person calling plays for Herbert and us expecting him to win. Herbert did not show up in this game, and he has to show that he's a better quarterback. And that has to happen, one, with Harbaugh hiring a better offensive coordinator. Greg Roman not going to be able to do it. The NFL is figuring him out. Like that little bullshit that you do with the running plays and the lack of design that you have to get receivers open, that has to be better. Yes, we can blame Herbert for a lot of this, but also it falls on the coaching staff when Harbaugh is like, oh, he's the best person ever, and I think he's one of the top quarterbacks. No, that's just not true. He needs help. He needs help just like Troy Aikman needed help, and just like other quarterbacks who are good, not great, need help. Like Herbert, we've seen the skill set. We know what he can do, but he doesn't have the capability to carry a team like one of the top quarterbacks in the league, Mahomes, Jackson, Allen.
Nick, I'm all the way there with you because I'm like, bro, you up 27-0. Like, exactly. I'm not hearing shit. I'm not hearing nothing else. Mm-hmm. I said after Kyle Shanahan blew that shit, he will never win a Super Bowl, and he ain't won one since. When he blew it against the Falcons, I'm like, that's it. I don't need to see nothing else. Because when you blow a lead like that, that's mental, bro. Yeah, that's mental, and that means to me, you don't clutch up in clutch situations. And you can't teach that. There's nothing that they can go get organizationally that is going to make this work. Justin Herbert, to me, I'm proclaiming it. I'm willing to be hyperbolic. He's a talented loser. Like, he's going to be really good. He's going to have 5,000-yard seasons. But when it comes to the playoffs, I don't see none of that shit happening. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to come here and say I'm fucking wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong.
Hold on. So to go off of that point, and we in the playoffs now, kids. So the regular season over. I don't have to be mild-mannered no more. Mm-hmm. If Herbert and them don't win a playoff game next year, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I call up the Vikings and I make a trade for JJ McCartney.
They're not giving him up. They're not giving him up, Nick.
Don't even entertain it, y'all.
Nick, they're not giving him up.
I'm letting them go because I can restart. I can restart the rookie thing because at that point JJ would be going into his 3rd year. I'm letting the nigga go because, bro, what we paying you for? What we
you know who you trade for? You gonna get Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is who you get. That's what I was gonna say.
The last thing you need, y'all want Tyreek Hill around all them white girls. Y'all niggas is crazy. Do y'all see what y'all saying, bro? Y'all want Tyreek Hill in LA? Come on, bro.
As long as he
San
can pay the
Diego.
child support, that's all that
LAPD.
matter.
All right,
That's
so
all
yeah,
that
'cause
matter.
Nick, put the cup down. We need to move on.
I'm
But,
just
more,
trying-
but yeah,
hey,
real,
hey,
real
this
quick,
man-
more than anything else, though, we
Yeah.
need to give credit to D'Amico Ryans for holding them in this game because, man,
Yes.
Yeah,
like
It
y'all
was a
said,
good- he
they
coached a great
were getting
game.
dominated, man, until the second to the last possession of the half, and to only be down 6-0. That's
defense.
You go tell your team,
The
you
fact-
go tell your team like,
Hey.
look, y'all done held it together. All we need to do is score, and we up. And they did just that. And after that, they had all the momentum going for the rest of the game. The defense,
Shelton,
confidence through the roof.
the fact that D'Amico is a defensive coach and he made the defense step up to win this game speaks volumes to how good he is in this league. To me, I think he's a really underrated coach. And to that, I will say, like, Harbaugh thinks that Herbert is a lot better than he is. He's going to need, as the head coach, a much better OC in order for Herbert to be successful.
Question.
Otherwise, we'll get to the first round
Greg,
of the playoffs.
Greg Roman is his homie though. That's his
Question.
homeboy.
Hey, man, like sometimes you got to tell your homie, bro, you ain't cutting it.
Question, and then we're gonna move on. Let's be brief. Do you guys think that Harbaugh really believes that, or
No.
he's just saying that?
I think he did until this playoff game.
So he didn't say that after the playoff game. He said that before.
No. He said that, like he said going into the season, that he thought Herbert was the best quarterback in the league. After he seen him throw 4 picks in this playoff game, I'm sure he's reconsidering that.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Yeah.